Did Diesel tell us queer music? Yo, what's happening, people? Dude, I have been absolved by many debate rapists in the last 2 days. Okay. All right, it's a debate Diddy party over here. I appreciate the coverage from Chud this morning. Very pog. Chud is fair, as they say. And I had the greatest pleasure this morning, chat. The greatest pleasure of waking up to hear
Commodore
the response from Cameron.
14 months of membership. Didn't know Cameron until his content coal post. Skull emoji.
Yeah, that one's come up quite a bit. I've already said I don't really even know Hassan's points. I've said that I feel that he's a bit of a champagne socialist and I don't necessarily like him. I don't really have a strong opinion on him or Ethan for that matter. I used to watch 8th Tree when I was younger, but I don't now because I don't fucking give a shit. Okay. Hassan is an F slur, says Krista Dark needs to be deported. Nick Lace's content. No. Let me be fair. Nobody paid attention when I did the video a year ago. Okay? I understand it was 3 hours long. I am not blaming anybody for promoting Cameron's content cop when they didn't know. It is not fair to them if they were not aware. Okay? I did put all this out a year ago. Okay? And it's okay that they didn't know. And it happens. All right? But, you know, if Hassan was deported, you know, maybe he could go hang out with his Uncle Czech in Turkey, you know, maybe do a little bit of that. But, yeah, man, fucking the response came out. I don't know how many times I got to restate this, and I really feel like I'm beating a dead horse by restating it. So we'll go through it as we get through this whole document.
23 months of membership.
But yeah, I mean, aside from this not being a leftist op, I don't know, man. I mean, like, gun to my head, I guess I'm probably like a centrist, but like, I have some leftist views on like certain things, which I think is most Americans, where they got like different opinions on different things depending on the circumstance and the topic. You know, nuance in political discussion has died, but the point of the matter is that I am not being paid off by the deep state of the Hassan people. I don't know, whoever the fuck that deep state would be, but those guys. I'm not. But I don't know what to tell you otherwise. Shit, if they were paying me a check, I'd be saying whatever the fuck they want me to say. Lies, FPS is a neo-Nazi. That's true, though. I used to be a neo-Nazi. That's true. I've talked about that before. Unironically, getting pussy made me not racist. So, but you... Dude, I was the best racist. Okay, I was a really good racist. All right, I had the statistics and everything. That's how bad I was. Okay. But yeah, man. Yeah. So my main problem with Cameron, as is and always has been my main problem, of which I will re-provide it again. Right, is that Cameron, let me jump to the top of this. Cameron, hold on. He asked me, right, and this all started because he asked me to delete a part from my video. Okay, and so I re-looked into everything to see if I got something wrong.
Thank God you're here, Diesel. I couldn't take another second of now recording talking about their foreskins.
You know, I'm glad that some of them still have their foreskins, you know? I like the idea that Hassan in his orbit called it an airstrike from some random guy making fun of hot tubs. Yeah, man. I don't know. I didn't like... I wish I was getting paid off, dude, okay? Because my video would have came out the exact same way and nothing would have changed, but if I got an extra paycheck at the end of it, I mean, I wouldn't do that. You can't pay me off like that, period. Like, that's just not gonna happen. That's just not who I am as a person. That's not what I represent. That's not my values, right? But yeah, like I said, and you can even see it here on 5/5/25, call that lasted about an hour, right? Cameron even said, sorry about the random call. I have an impromptu question, right? We call for an hour, and he tells me, like, yo, I actually lied to you. And then there's this whole, like, conversation that we have where it's like, oh, you should, you know, get rid of this, blah, 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 blah. And it's also very funny because he actually sends me his content cop when he uploads it. And then he says, yeah, people are sourcing your video against me. Would you be willing to cut the stuff about me? Right? So my issue is that he's inconsistent and lying, right? My issue isn't any of that other shit, right? Is it bad? Yeah. But I'm not making, like, any... Can't answer how old was Rose. I have no idea who that is. They needed Matt or Beckett on. Yeah, Beckett's busy with the video, and then Matt is, like, I don't know, fucking somewhere. Right? But, yeah. Yeah. We had the hour 40-minute call a little after that. And then Bob's your uncle, right? Dims the brakes. I don't care if there was like yeah, Rose also isn't her name either. I know what her real name is, and I'm not going to put out her real name even if she's an adult now, because that's really soy and pointless. And she's like mentally ill and deranged, so tell your husband to stream more, D. I miss him. He will soon. He's working on something big. He's been showing it to me. I've been giving him sense checks on it. I like what he's doing right now. I like what he's doing. You guys are gonna like what Beckett's gonna be putting out soon, okay? But yeah, so I didn't want it to be like an age of consent thing. That's why my argument hasn't been that. I'm not arguing age of consent. I don't think Cameron's a predator. I don't think he's a pedophile. I am not arguing those points. Okay? If that is how you feel morally about the situation at hand, that is how you feel morally, but that is not my position. It wasn't my position a year ago. It is not my position now. Okay? Period. I'm done repeating myself. There are some creators who reacted to it who feel that was the case, but just know that's not my point. My issue is that Cameron is inconsistent, lying, and was looking for an opportune moment to try and remove bad coverage of him. But we'll be looking at some of the things that Cameron removed from his channel and his Twitter today, so that way I can continue to, you know, be transparent about everything and be upfront, okay? But yeah, I just, like, and also if any contemporaries, like, watch this in the future or are curious, even if you're like a crazy person, right? Like, obviously, fuck food shops. We hate food shops. Food shops is crazy, right? But food shops was also lied to by Cameron. So I through MRAW, corrected the record with what was incorrectly told to food shops, because it's not fair to them to be purporting all these ridiculous things, right? So I corrected it, and then that was the end of that, right? I could widowy cancel you. But yeah, this is the same Cameron from the video a year ago that I put out. I talked about this all a year ago. Anything in my video is either quoted from, like, you know, they used a lot of the same language that I used. Cameron had a live stream with Jelly where he uses terms like minor and kid and stuff like that, right? So yeah, it's a lot of language that he uses too. I will provide that as well. I do believe the live stream with Jelly is into Google Docky. If not, after the stream, I'll make sure that the Google Docky is updated to include some of the things that we were able to pull up recently, okay? I'll also be talking about Cameron's strongest soldier today, the wonderfully unemployable Renard, who is a Reddit mod turned Discord mod schizo. bordering on homelessness consistently. It's nice to know that you spend your time arguing online. And also, I read their points. This bitch is crazy. As you can see, the goal is to fight the Portland Polycule. That is what I am calling this group of individuals. We officially have a name for who participates in the Portland Polycule. Diesel, can I get a happy birthday? I'm 35 today. Shelly, happy birthday. Okay, happy birthday being 35. All right, that's 35 years young. I was hoping for Final Fantasy House. All right. So I honestly wasn't expecting Cameron to come in so fast with a response. He did meet with some of the things I asked of him. All right, which is good. And I am happy for that. All right. But we'll just get on with it and read it. Hello. I knew that eventually this would come up. And I initially thought that since many of these allegations had already been disproven in the past, which, by the way, this is just a Reddit post that we've read last stream. I've already said about the Reddit post that the stuff regarding Krexa is very easily and verifiably false. Krexa is a malicious actor of the highest order who took advantage of other people's goodwill. And I also do think that the Reddit mods at r/Osana were very charitable to Cameron in this. Also, I would like to bring into question this post because it was written by Renard, who, as we know now, has some strange vested interest in Cameron being successful. I don't really know why this Reddit mod feels that they need to participate so heavily when they clearly have nothing going on. But there is a deranged Reddit mod who wrote this, all right, which definitely kind of paints this entire thing in a bad light, because I don't know how I'm supposed to believe it when they were just sitting here trying to debate rape me and still continually trying to do that to this day. But whatever. Anyway, I don't really feel that Reddit post... By the way, that Reddit post doesn't address any of my actual points, okay? My issue is that Cameron is an inconsistent liar and has been, okay? Not has been as in, like, he's in the has-been hotel. I mean has been as in he's been that way through the entirety of this, which is why it's frustrating. So again, it's like he's presenting this as if it's evidence, but it really actually has nothing to do with what I actually said. It's really frustrating because Cameron is trying to use people's lack of knowledge about the situation to control it. He is trying to say that I am promoting or doing certain things when I am not, right? Which is annoying and false and not what I'm saying, which is why I'm trying to be very clear about my argument, right? Why do you have to reference that shitty show? I'm sorry, I like it. Fuck you. Let's see that I wouldn't need to respond to. However, after seeing the situation unfold after a video by FPS Diesel released rehashing the situation, many people have begun to promote false allegations. So the first part of my video is a TLDW of that 3-hour-long video. I'm trying to give you a short version. If you are actually or do actually care about this drama for any sense of the word, I would highly recommend that you go sit down, I don't know, play a fucking video game and keep me on the second monitor, and listen to that 3-hour some odd minute video along with the 9 hours of calls that I released that time. But yeah, so the first part of that video that I released recently was, I guess you would say, relitigating the situation. The second part was about what happened recently. And ultimately, my issue with Cameron is that he's a fucking, like, lying weasel, okay? Which I do not blame Diesel for. Which, by the way, Cameron, if you hate me, just say it with your chest. Not only do I not care, but I actually think that you should just be allowed to feel that way. So there you go. Which I do not blame Diesel for. Draw gross conclusions and have attacked others who have promoted me or collaborated with me. So the only other... Well, if we're talking about collaborators, yes. Yes, I did tell Renard that I hope they go homeless and kill themselves. I did say that. I did. They're deranged. They're deranged. I really, in my heart of hearts, believe that they need some lithium in their life, some CBT, if you will. I think if they got those things, that they would become a better person. Okay. I do not blame him for maliciously spreads lies about me. Yeah. Which is, again, why I'm annoyed that there are streamers out there who, like, played a video game and not paid attention at all. Because I was very clear. And I have also repeatedly said that I would reach out if they had any questions. But, you know, whatever. They did a massive Spurgfest in Cameron's Discord today. It's on my timeline. Yeah, yeah. Did you ask your FBI contact about whether or not it was a good idea to publicly release the amount of evidence you did? So after some time of going back and forth with them, it was clear that nothing was going to happen, which is why I decided to pull the trigger on producing the video. I was very confident that nothing was going to come of it, mainly because of the other actors involved. Remember, a lot of the sting operation type behavior had happened already by the time I had gotten there, which is why I decided to pull the trigger on it, right? And I had spent a lot of time listening to all these people's, like, personal trauma for almost no reason, and I was not going to continue doing that. If you're gonna lean on your FBI contact in reporting, you should follow their advice. No, they never gave me a gag order. They never said I couldn't speak about anything. I never received any legal notice to not talk about things. So there you go. The Spurgs were already doing insane shit, right? I really do think what Allie did is some outrageous shit. I can pull up her messages again and we can go over them. Yeah, I know nobody's gonna care, but I'm doing it for myself because I want people to know, like, why I did what I did and all of that, right? For the sake of objectivity and being concise, any hearsay will not be mentioned in this document. I think a Fed would tell you point blank to not talk about XYZ if it was important. Yeah. Yeah. And they knew that this was like a YouTuber that was looking into it anyway. Because I sent my undoctored calls with Yandere Dev to them as well. Basically, everything went to them. And again, we sent it pretty early on. The timeline of this was like September to whenever I put it out. And basically, like, I was holding off to see if something was going to happen for a long time, and it was very clear nothing was going to happen. So that was it. I definitely wouldn't recommend ever working with the feds. It was really exhausting. It was really disheartening. I've had really good experiences with the legal system before. I know people know that I've done stuff in social work. I've talked to people who work specifically with like abused children. There's a lot of really amazing people who work in that field, but there's a lot of underserved communities that they never get around to it. Things fall through the cracks. I know that CPS was aware of the things that were going on with Jelly. I know that was all going on, but it's a shame that the school system, the people around Jelly didn't seem to care or were too over encumbered. From what I know of the area for which Jelly lives in, it is a poorer area, and those areas are more frequently underserved. So there it is. It's a shame. It is what it is. That's one of those things that, like, if you care about it, I highly recommend talking to your local, your town mayor or the people in your town who can make a difference for those things and do some time getting involved with that. That's why I do education as like a main time job. I realize the difference it makes for kids that might have issues. It keeps them off the streets. It keeps them from doing drugs, right? It'll open your eyes, so I highly recommend it. Anyway, regarding the allegations last year, I have never sexually assaulted anyone, which is true. I don't believe he did. Diesel has implied he doesn't believe I'm some sort of predator, which is true. And that's a screen. So that's from my original video. But yeah, I will just say that I agree with that. and the girl involved said I never sexually assaulted her. Yeah, so the thing is that Jelly goes back and forth on that a lot of times. She does tacitly accuse him before walking it back, and also presents a story to Allie and Krexa that Cameron did do something unconsensually. So she goes back and forth on that and whether or not it's like true. She's a chronic liar. I know she's been activated again. If you go on Kiwi Farms, which I'm not like encouraging anybody to go on, but if you go on Kiwi Farms, you can see that Jelly and produced a bunch of screenshots that are allegedly from Cameron, and I don't know if they're true. So there's a lot of extra stuff that I just deliberately didn't include because it seemed like Jelly was trying to maliciously portray Cameron as some sort of psychopath, which again, she's been activated again. So if you see her in the comments anywhere, just know that she has done that in the past, and I would not instantly take her word for anything, right? Which is why I don't think Cameron is some sexual predator, rapist, pedophile, right? Something I'd also like to mention about this situation is the call that's shown between me and Anne, the girl involved. In this call that was being recorded without my knowledge, which, by the way, I do want to say that this is a really moot point and completely not reasonable to keep in a situation like this whatsoever. Cameron recorded calls without people's consent many a time. So did Jelly. Dev didn't. Allie did. Krexa did. I did. Okay. Everybody was recording every call. Okay. The only times I didn't record a call is the one time that Cameron told me some personal family trauma. And he did that, and so I stopped recording because the guy started crying on the phone to me. I'm sorry, the energy drink. He started crying on the phone to me about this thing, and I stopped recording because at the time I felt bad. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have, but it was like another one of those moments where he told me a thing, and if I tell you, it'll ruin his life, which has happened twice now, and I have never asked for this ever. It has been bestowed upon me every time, and I'm not going to tell people, and they can speculate on it, but I'm not gonna give the real answer, okay? Because I don't want this guy to kill himself on my word. Do you think Jelly would falsify evidence? Yeah, but here's what makes Jelly a really good liar. Jelly is really good at placing real information next to false information and then going, well, I don't know, I'm just a little agent of chaos, right? And doing things like that. Anne starts the conversation talking about the hookup we had and intentionally changes the subject to an unrelated topic, me picking her up. This actual context of this conversation has been clarified already in the past. So this, I believe, is from a... Diesel, you have such a trustworthy face. Let me tell you all my deepest secrets and trauma, despite knowing you're a literal journalist. Let's be clear. I don't think I really want to portray myself as a journalist. I like to take from that medium because I think it gives me a good framework. But like, I gotta be honest, I'm just here to produce drama slop and have a good time. Okay. How do you know you have info that would how do you know that you have info that would ruin your life and willingly give it out to someone? I don't know. I don't know why he would tell me these things. I don't want to predict the future, but I could see 2 years from now or a year from now, Cameron calls me out of the blue again to be like, I'm sorry for being dishonest with you. And then us having another conversation again. I could see that happening, okay? I am not asking for it. I do not want it. But I could see myself being in a position where that happens to me, which is annoying and whatever. So he says that I originally reached these calls last year responding to these allegations. I actually, so there's two things, and I am repeating what Chud said, but these are two very small clips provided without any extra context, okay?
I didn't know you didn't like being picked up. I put it down. It's not sexual.
I had like a Spurg freak out, and they're acting like I had a rational response.
And that it had nothing to do with sex, and I did something that made you uncomfortable. That's accurate, and it's okay.
So those are two clips that are really, really, I like the context of them is really short. The context of them is really short. I have his response video. And now I don't want to say that I've confirmed that this isn't in there, but I skimmed the timeline in Premiere and I did not see this. So I do have a very vague memory of him producing a second response video, and I have put out a call from researchers to find it. I have not found it. So I do not have this, and I do not know what video this is associated with. It could be from my response, and we will go over that tonight. But as of now, after a quick skim, I have not seen that in there. So if there is another response video that Cameron has done, I don't know where it is. And part of what makes this a problem is that within the last 14 days and then some, the last 30 days, there's been a deletion of 41 videos from his channel. So PreserveTube doesn't catch everything. It works by using what users upload. PreserveTube is pretty fucking good. But yeah, in the last 30 days, he's deleted 41 videos. So I don't really know what those videos are or what they're associated with. If that is the second response video, which has more context for that call, I am calling on Cameron right now to release that full context so that way we can understand what those things are related to, because it is related to something that I don't have at all. So I don't know why he's presenting that. I don't know what the context of that call is at all. I think I remember you listening to that video from your live stream a year ago. If it's on my stream, sure, please throw it into Discord. None of my people have been able to get it. And we've got some really interesting stuff here. I know on my video, Comment Cop left a comment saying that they would have liked more examples of Cameron defending Yandere Dev. We have his full Twitter log history, of which I'll be showing tonight. We obviously can't go through every tweet, but I do hope it'll lend some credence to that. Tell me to kill myself again so I can report it. I love it when you do it so much, Joey. Renard, you're operating on Cameron's behalf. As far as I'm concerned, you're a moderator for him. I really don't lend a lot of credence to your behavior at all. You seem very mentally unwell. But I will tell you right now, if my video gets reported and it gets taken down this live stream, it is just going to make it worse for Cameron. I am telling you right now, if you take this stream down, it'll make the situation worse. I also have a job, so I'm not going to be butthurt if the stream channel gets taken down for like a week or two. But I am telling you, for the love of God, for Cameron's sanity, do not, because you will be making it worse. Also, it's very funny of you to dox me while also saying that you're going to report the thing. Mainly because you're just publishing personal information. Go ahead. I don't give a shit if you publish my personal information. I don't care. All right. I mean, I can say the F slur. I'm my own person, and Cameron has nothing to do with this. I never spoke his name in our last correspondence. This has nothing to do with him. Are you his Discord mod? Did you not help write the r/Osana post? I'm not going to make this stream about you, okay? You will get your feature in a little bit. You wait your time, honey. You sit in that chair, and you keep watching from your unemployed room, Okay? Did you not say that you collaborated on it? All right. On an occasion when we were hanging out, I had picked her up, hugging her. I didn't know this was something she was uncomfortable with. After she asked me to put her down, she explained she had past trauma related to being lifted up. I had no idea of this and apologized, which, by the way, this whole statement doesn't not say they didn't hook up. Again, I don't care if they did or didn't hook up. My point is that he told me they hooked up and then retroactively a year later said we didn't hook up. So she responded saying, "It's okay. You didn't know. As I have already shown, she has confirmed herself on several occasions that I have never sexually assaulted her," which, as far as I'm able to tell, right? And again, I'm not getting into the litigation of the age gap and all that, right? I'm not saying he sexually assaulted her. Again, he told me they had sex. He told me twice in calls they had sex. He implied it many times, okay? And then a year later, he comes to me and says, "We didn't have sex. Can you take that out of your video?" Okay? That's my problem. I say again, okay? But yes, she did go back on her allegation against Cameron. She accused him, right? So she'll do the thing where she'll like not put her foot down and say, like, she won't say, quote unquote, 10 toes down, Cameron raped me, right? She's not going to say that. She implies it based on stories she tells, but she is not outright and direct about it, and that is deliberate and part of her muddying the waters and basically spoiling the broth, as it were, right? But again, like I said, I am not claiming that Cameron is a sexual assaulter. Diesel has cast doubt on the girl in these allegations several times in both videos, which is true, but I am litigating Cameron's words against Cameron's. Jelly is a malicious actor and has been a malicious actor, okay? Jelly is also the grooming victim of Yandere Dev, as per audio recordings that Cameron released, okay? So, you going to meet her and then telling me that that you had sex with her is insane. That is just insane, right? You know, best case scenario, I guess you cucked your boss or your former boss. Worst case scenario, don't want to get into it. But again, not my point. My point is that Cameron told me something and then Cameron lied, right? And that Cameron wasn't honest with me either time. So I don't know what to trust Cameron on, right? And the issue is that he is lying in a way to position himself more favorably, specifically with commentary, okay? Let's see. I in no way condone Yandere Dev's behavior. Yeah, so after this happened, and assumedly sometime around the end of September, Cameron separated, and he had made that post himself, right? I've shown the post. I'm going to assume, here we go. Okay, so this is not the post in question. So Cameron made a large post that was much larger than this, which is why I am also very much like weirded out by like this way of presenting it. This seems to have been a tweet that Cameron deleted, which is why he links this. Now, this is him saying, "I'm not going to return," but this was like his official my response, which is strange that that tweet in particular is not here. I like this is just like the official CameronF305 response. He's even got the little background and the branding and the everything, and that one's gone. But yeah, he made this huge post about leaving, and he took it down. But that would be corroborated with that post, which is fine. I in no way condone Yandere Dev's behavior. I left the project once I learned the full extent of his actions, which is what he told me, by the way. Though he did not tell me that he had the information that he had until later. For context, I've been a fan of Yandere Simulator since I was 11. In late 2019, when I was 15, which is true, I joined the project as a composer / production assistant, slowly working my way up to lead composer. I find this to be really funny because this implies that Yandere Dev has some like work structure to anything. He really doesn't. It's very haphazard, and other people have to fill in for Yandere Dev. And I would not be surprised if Cameron was a leading participant in the production of Yandere Simulator from a very young age. But that's that. He was always just the composer. Yandere Simulator is like a game that is produced primarily of volunteers. It has always been that. Yeah, I have the call actually on another tab, but bless, I appreciate it. Oh, you got it with timestamps. Thank you. Anyway, I was encouraged to defend him on several occasions, which many people... So here's the thing. At the time when Cameron was making those posts defending him, people would always ask whether or not if he was like on the take and all of that. And he said that he was just like thinking critically and looking at it rationally from both sides, right? Guess a single fact about me correctly. You've tweeted about it on your Twitter. But Renard, we'll get to you. We'll get to you. This stream will become about you soon. In hindsight, this was probably very inappropriate. Fast forward to 2023. These allegations come out. Yandere Dev lied to me, claiming this girl, Anne, had told him she was of legal age. Which, yeah, at some point, Yandere Dev did lie to Cameron and say that the girl was of legal age, right? No, they're not going to get on call because Redditors only know how to type. They actually lost the ability to speak when they got the Reddit Gold, so... I give them an hour to magically delete their tweets. I would not be surprised if they start doing it in the middle of this. See below images. I considered Alex a friend and had believed he had been misrepresented in the past. I initially believed him. I regret my behavior in these calls, and I wish I hadn't jumped to his defense. However, it was hard to cope with the fact that someone I looked up to and saw as a friend had done something so heinous, which is true. Like I said, when Cameron told me all this personal information about himself and his life, he was crying to me and telling me, and again, I didn't record it, and I'm not going to, like, tell you what he told me that day, but and I remember it very clearly, because if a person is crying to you, you're going to remember it, because I'm not, like, a psychopath, right? But yeah, he was very heartbroken about finding out the realities of Yandere Dev. You know, as much as Yandere Dev was heinous, in a lot of ways, Yandere Dev was one of his closest friends and confidants. Cameron basically grew up with the guy. Inappropriate relationship, absolutely. Shouldn't be working with a 15-year-old like that. Very inappropriate, but, you know, they had a very close relationship, and that is true. After leaving, I was required to finish music related to contractual obligations, which is true. Cameron has never budged on that and always talked about that. And yeah, I do believe he says that it keeps the well full. I don't know what that implies. I don't know if he gets residuals or something like that. But, you know, he had contractual obligations to finish music and leave it up, which is fine. He is a composer. That is part of his job. I am not saying that he can't make money from Yandere Simulator. Get that bag. The guy's not dead, right? So, screenshots on the following page. For context, Yandere Dev, Alex's Discord account, was shortly deleted after the allegations surfaced. Yeah, so Dev, I believe, at one point told me that his original account was banned and he got no response. Diesel, do you think do you think Cam released his response when Chud was covering him on purpose? Yes, because he is a huge fan of commentary, Amrao. I think Cameron really wanted to be part of the club. You know what I mean? I think he did. I mean, that's just my opinion on it. He looked up to a lot of commentary guys. He had watched a lot of it. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if he's watching this on an alt right now. You know, my advice to Cameron would be to log off. But yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence at all. Initial messages from Yandere Dev about the situation. Again, this is not what I'm litigating. Yandere Dev and Cameron did tell these to me in a call as well, right? He basically read it to me verbatim. Not verbatim, but he paraphrased, rather. So let me be correct on the language there. Yeah, basically, yeah. So I don't know if Yandere Dev got his account deleted by Discord Trust and Safety or if he deleted it himself. I am unaware of what is the reality on that situation. I could see him deleting it himself. I could also see him having his account banned. Okay. People look up the commentary guys. I have yet to see the commentary channel who can throw a hard fit together. Dude, I don't know, man. I'm kind of fucking with the whole sleeveless flannel thing, dude. I don't know, man. I think I'm in my biker era, okay? I think I'm in my biker era. Or what is it? You guys called it like a lesbian vest? Or something like that? I'm proud to represent the lesbian community. I too love breasts. Thank you. Butch vest. Butch lesbian vest. Oh my god. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Oh my god. I think some commentary guys can throw a good fit together. I haven't seen it, but I would love to. Sorry I was grumpy when you contacted me. I was on calls for an hour with people trying to talk about this. So this is on 10/3/2023. I was so frustrated and upset at all this had happened, and he would have let his friends down. I probably should have stayed offline. I wanted to make a correction to something I said looking back. I did leave the project about a week ago, if you weren't aware, when I said I'd support him. I mean, I really want to make sure he gets away from the game and take time to build himself into a better person and hopefully hands the game off and gets better. I took a break. I've been distraught. He was my friend. While many people thought this wasn't surprising, to me, this was. I got to know him well. I thought he grew out of that kind of behavior because he didn't. Why is this with Kalimara? Don't you have, like, one, you have DMs with me, and two, you have hours of calls with me. So why don't you just throw those in here? I understand that Kalimara also made a video on this back when it happened. But, like, why them and not the person who's actually involved in the situation, which is me? Doesn't seem like he's responding to anything in your video. This response was so odd. No, because he's trying to control the conversation, right? He doesn't want to actually litigate my points because he can't fucking fight it because he did fucking lie. Right? So he's hoping that he's garnered enough clout from the content cop that the people looking at this aren't going to look into what I actually fucking said, okay? Talking about being lied to and explaining why I'm leaving the project. Alex, I need to be real with you. I'm not comfortable working on the project anymore. I still haven't completely processed everything that happened, but Christ, the snap messages saying, I'll keep it a secret. What the hell were you thinking? And then after everything, I caught you lying to me. That really hurt. I looked up to you. I was your friend. Last night, you cried to me and called me your only true friend. I believe that that happened. I 100% believe that that happened. What Dev did is heinous. And Dev is also really pathetic and sad. He is very sad. Okay. He is one of those people where you could see if he got socialized as as a child, he would not be so fucked up now. But you can tell, and it is very obvious to see, that he was not socialized when he was young, and he became fucked up as a result of that. But he's 35, 36, he's what, 30, almost 37 now. There's no helping him. He's done. He will be this way until he dies now. But yeah, he needed to touch grass a long time ago. A long time ago. I was your friend. Last night you cried to me about being your only true friend. I want to be there for you because of that, but this kind of stuff makes it hard. I can't defend you. You fucked up. You'll have to hand out. I will have my hand out for help if you need someone, but after this contract is up, I won't be making any more songs for the game. That really sucks to hear, says Yandere Dev. This was before I learned about the extent of his actions. Later in October, which is corroborated with the timeline that I've been able to put together. Later in October, I grilled Alex on his behavior in a call. In this call, he revealed that he asked for CSIM and that he listened to this minor masturbate, which we have seen and heard already, okay? Hey, Diesel, do you think there's any way for Cameron to come out of this shit? Just make more content. His career's not over. Nobody's gonna give a shit in like 2 days. All right? I understand that this is like, oh, he's not part of commentary now. He's broken the omerta, right? Yeah, I get it. His heroes aren't gonna want to fucking talk to him now, right? But he could go and make fucking content and do whatever he wants. The reality is that a majority of people either don't know about my video or don't care about this. They just think he did a great video on iDubbbz and I hate Hassan, so it doesn't matter what anybody else says, which is fine. I'm not knocking that. I just want everybody to know that I'm not operating on their behalf. And I am not. I'm still waiting for a check in the mail, Hassan. Where's that check, Mr. Socialist? All right, spread the wealth, bitch. The more he talks about it, the longer he'll go on. He should have just shut up. Yeah, honestly, if he just kept doing what he was doing and ignored it, I think he literally would have been fine. I still think he will be fine. I think his career will be fine. I think he could continue doing YouTube. I'll tell you this right now. One of the biggest eye-openers for me was getting a normal job and starting and participating in a normal career. I enjoy my career. I like what I'm doing now. I want to do more. I want to make a film. I want to do a bunch of things. But like, I think when you're terminally online as a YouTuber, it rots your brain. So I think you need to get out and have other hobbies. Like I go out, I play Warhammer. You know, I'll go camping with my brother. I love my job. I really do. I love my job. I like being in the film industry. Like, it's true. I haven't been happy in months. Emrao, hobby time. It's time for you to get a hobby. All right, you're in your early 20s, Emrao. I feel like Emrao would be a fishing guy. To be honest, I feel like you're a fishing guy. You know, I think you should give fishing a try. I'm 100% on that. That's not a joke. I'm being serious. /Gen. I'm unemployed for 4 more days. I don't know what to do with myself. I mean, the joke answer is goon, right? But I feel like that's inappropriate for this stream. Why would you suggest that? Fishing stinks. Okay, I shouldn't be talking about my brother's business, but my brother is taking somebody on a fishing date today. He's taking a woman on a date fishing. Like, bro. It was at this point where I completely and utterly disillusioned at what I heard. Someone who I thought was my friend did these things. After letting the information process a few days later, I informed his local police of the admission. There we go. All right, so here it is. He sends it to a sheriff's department on October 29th, 2023. The reason I didn't volunteer this information to FPS Diesel, or anyone for that matter, should be obvious. I'm not going to give an admission of a crime to a drama YouTuber instead of the police, which is fine. He didn't need to give it to me. I just wanted to know that he did it, right? I never once wanted... I just wanted to know that he did it, right? Literally this. Literally, this is all I wanted, and he did it, okay? I don't care who they claim to be connected with. Diesel himself noted that this situation had been poorly handled, and I didn't want to contribute to that. Well, you did contribute to that because of you going to see Anne, okay? Whether or not you slept with Anne does not matter. It is that you went to see Anne that complicated the situation immensely. Immensely. That helps Dev. That does help Dev, right? Because what ends up happening after that is that Dev looked more like a victim. Okay? Because then it actually looked like this little girl like knew how to fucking manipulate all these fucking people. Which she did. But like, why would you lend any more credence to that? All right? Many months later, since there was no action taken, I did finally give this information to the moderators of r/Osana, linked above, so at least the public could know. Okay, so 2 things here. He says many months later. I'm almost certain there's a month difference. Let me pull up the document. I think we have a timeline on it. Thank you for the 5 poggies. All right, so on March 17th, FPS Diesel post his video on Yandere Dev, right? And then Cameron... Wait, hold on. I can pull it up here. And on April 14th, he has this post on r/Osana. But if I want to be really particular about this, the voice clips were posted on April 11th. Okay? So I post my video on March 17th, and on April 11th, these audio clips come out. This many months later is a deliberate misrepresentation of the timeline that is easily checkable. Okay? He did not wait many months later. My video came out, and then at the beginning of April, he immediately handed it over to the r/Osana moderators. Okay? He waited no time, and it was really not many months. Okay? It was what we would call the opposite of many months. Yeah. I don't think many of you knew about that audio. I didn't know about that audio. I hadn't seen. I follow coverage of Yandere Dev. I haven't seen that audio in a video before. I don't know anybody who knew about that audio except the random people on r/Osana, which is why it's insane that he portrays it as many months later that he did that. There was no time in between that. Okay? Like, this is a very easily checkable lie that I find is very outrageous coming from him. Let's see. Since there was no action taken, I did finally give this information to the moderators of r/Osana, linked above, so at least the public could know. And as I have stated, I do not think that the public could know that at all, based on anything. It's outrageous. It's outrageous that that's used as an excuse. I don't know why he said that, because this is so easily checkable. It seems like Cameron has a habit of releasing evidence only when he would have it when he's under fire. Yeah, I feel I don't need to. So when Cameron would present information to me, and this is just like my opinion on how those interviews would go. When Cameron would present information to me, it was like 2 things. One of them is like he would present information that would direct me at people that he feels are culpable. The most culpable, or that's how it feels to me in hindsight based on my experiences with him. So it feels like he was trying to direct me in certain directions with the evidence that he would give me. And it really feels like, and it has felt like, that he does give me things when the heat, when the burner is turned up under him. You know what I mean? So public equals some Reddit mods. Now, truthfully, I will say the audio was published publicly to the internet on Reddit, but it was not easily accessible, and it was not easily findable. It is in a small niche community of people who barely matter. My video is going to pass the number of members that are in r/Osana very soon. I don't think that it is a reasonable thing to say that that is, you know, it's not putting it out there, right? I don't think I'm like hard-hitting news or anything like that, but like there's just no means of information transference there for the public to know at all. On this note, one thing I feel is important to point out about this situation is that in his video, Diesel describes that he lied to get information from people, which is just a character assassination attempt. I feel completely comfortable about the lies I told to get the information out of people. Yeah, I lied saying I wasn't recording at times. It is a one-party consent state in New York. I can do that. I consented to the recording. Pee-pee poo-poo, right? I don't regret it at all. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. I don't regret it at all. In fact, if I could go back in time, I'd probably... Shit, if I could go back in time with the knowledge I have now, oh, things would be so different. Right? But this whole, like, portraying me as, like, I'm a bad person because I lied is really funny. I don't really claim to be a good person. I'm just, like, a guy. But, like, that's just some moral flagging. Really? I don't entirely regret playing nice with Alex to get that admission from him. If it required me strapping Yandere Dev to a chair and pulling out the car battery, I would do that, knowing what I know now. I would do that. I would do it again. Diesel, you a villain equals hot and milky. With all that said, this is all I really feel the need to comment on. I'd like to thank all the people who've reached out with support. All right, chat. When I review a Google Docie, what is one of the things I say? What is one of the things I say not to do? What is one of the things I say not to do in a Google Docie? Don't mention your fans. Don't thank your fans. Don't thank your community. Don't thank them. This ain't about your fans. This is about you. All the one person that reached out for support. Well, I will tell you this. I've gotten many rude messages. Many rude messages saying that I'm an op for Hassan. Insane shit like that. And I'm just like, bro, you literally don't even know me. Like, but like, that is such like a cry for sympathy. Simply put, I'm not going to let something dumb I did at 19. He's 20 now. It's been a year, by the way. No time has passed. Okay. Let's not treat this like it happened a million years ago. It started in September of 2023. It ended mid-year of 2024. April 2024. Okay, that's when it fucking ended. All right? Let's not treat this like it was a billion years ago. This was a year ago. I'm not going to let something dumb I did at 19, nor a short fling I had as a teenager with a 2.5-year age gap ruin my career. I'm not even going to litigate this. This is not the point I am making. This is not my argument. You, chat, and the wider internet at large can feel however you want about Cameron. I almost called him Camden Gerard Davis. Right? So you tell me if Cameron having a short fling with the grooming victim of his boss does not complicate the case at all. All right. But even aside from that, I don't give a shit whether or not they have sex. I don't give a shit whether or not there was a rape. That is not my fucking argument. It has not been my argument, and it'll continue to not be my argument. All right. I don't care. I don't care if there were a million rapes. All right. I'm sorry if I sound uncouth or un-PC when I say that. It is what it is. It is not my position. All right. It hasn't been my position. I'll be the first to admit that I regret my past work on Yandere Simulator, as well as many of my actions while handling the controversy. But I will not accept the notion that I was in any way an accessory to help Yandere Dev groom someone, or that I did so myself. I never said you groomed anyone. I still am not saying you've groomed anyone. I am saying that you helped Yandere Dev look more like a charitable victim based on your behavior in the story. Okay? That is how you helped him. You helped him look more innocent by your actions. And you did participate as a liaison for a majority of that story in between Yandere Dev, myself, and you. Okay? Thank you for reading, Cameron. Yeah, so this really didn't address any of my points at all. It's just ridiculous that this guy got like a crumb of clout from the content cop, and now people who hate iDubbbz, who's cringe and a loser and a complete fucking dork, okay, absolutely warranted, dog on iDubbbz more. Nicholas Diorio, you best do another Ethan Hassan Destiny stream. I know your ass will, but that's Ethan Hassan Destiny is very much taking over URR. All right. Do it again. Do it a million times, okay? Make Hassan feel uncomfortable. If Hassan is gonna... First of all, let me just say this. The dumb internet bullshit fights that these people are engaged... Who the fuck would listen to Hassan when he spends all of his time arguing with somebody who doesn't even, like, give a shit what he has to say? Hassan spends so much time arguing about random nonsense that doesn't matter. He moves zero needles for many people's political views, okay? It helps nothing. Nothing whatsoever. It is not active, okay? It is not fucking helping the political discourse. None of what Hassan talks about matters to me. Hassan doesn't talk about the things that I care about in my life, right? I don't care what Hassan has to say about Israel and Palestine. I know that that's not PC, okay? But I don't care. I understand that it's such a complex situation that it's not appropriate for me to comment on. So I just choose not to be educated and go, damn, I hope there's peace in the Middle East one day, and then walk on with my life, okay? I can't, what am I supposed to say? Like, I'm not going to get on stream and be like, hey, fuck the Jews, or hey, Hamas is great. I'm not doing that. It's different people have different priorities. Yeah, I get that. I get that. But it's just like, it's not my priorities, which is why I don't like Hassan. I don't care about Hassan, and why I find that a lot of the leftist creators online aren't reaching people. Because who gives a shit about all these things that some of them talk about? It's insane. Okay? Like, I've talked about it before, right? I really care about zoning reform. Yeah, I'm sure that sounds really fucking interesting to you, Chad. I bet you really want to talk about how much I loved Ezra Klein's Abundance book. Yeah, I'm sure we want to sit down and talk about that. All right. Oh, we should build more homes. We should have better infrastructure. Wah, boring Diesel. Get back to the drama slop. I get it. All right. God. Oh, we should have education reform. We've let down an entire generation of youth, and they're getting into the workforce, and they have a below 5th grade reading level. It's almost like we should do something about that. Oh, that's too complicated. We're not going to talk about it on Hassan's stream. Anyway, here's like 80 hours of fucking a war. No, make this entire stream about zoning, please. You guys have no idea how much I am irritated by car-based infrastructure, okay? I don't hear Hassan talking about how we need more equitable transportation in suburban areas in order to produce more economic viability for those that want to live lives that are not chained to a four-wheeled automobile, okay?
Look up zoning laws right now.
Right? But by the way, none of those things in like Twitch poll or like leftist bread tube. When are you collabing with Not Just Bikes? I feel Not Just Bikes can be a little smug, personally. That's the problem. That's why I don't like a lot of leftist creators. They're just kind of smug. So, there we go. I don't like iDubbbz because he's smug. And Content Cop is cringe. Okay, I liked it when I was a teenager, but I'm 27 now. Let it die. Stop putting on the cop uniform. Every time someone puts on a cop uniform, they look like an F slur. Okay? They look like an F slur. It's like the new fucking version of the medallion. All right? Don't put on the fucking Content Cop thing, because the next thing you know, you're gonna look like a fucking Aeropastel t-shirt with your open relationship marriage bullshit or whatever the fuck he's doing with Anissa these days. You don't need to come at Chris like this. But yeah, man, I don't like either of them. And I think Ethan is outrageously reactionary, and that he'd be like much like better off just ignoring this and letting this fucking idiot Hassan do whatever the fuck he wants and living and loving his life. Okay? Like I don't want to listen. I don't want to listen to it. Okay? The debate was just ridiculous. All right? I don't like these people. I don't like them. Why do people think I'm on the take? All right? Have I made it clear? God. But yeah, man. This is ridiculous. Anyway, I have all of his tweets. And obviously these are like grabbed from memes, right? The way that we have gotten these is absolutely outrageous. We have, shout out to KJ, one of the strongest researchers on the ops, okay, and my team. KJ is a absolute unit. He's autistic in a good way. Here's a log of every single tweet that Cameron has ever tweeted. Okay, all right, Falgi, call me. Since you have a question. I hate this guy. Gamma! What up, man? I see you debating all the time, bro.
Hello, Diesel. Hello, Diesel.
Hi, Soigi.
I'm not swaggy. I'm screaming. My thing is screaming right
all
now.
All right.
Now.
The op
Diesel,
blocks Falgi, everybody.
Yes, hello, it's the op blocks Falgi. Thank you. Out of the content mines for a little bit of time. Let's fucking talk about this for a second. Diesel, can you go back to his Google Doc?
Sure.
I will wait for you to go back to his Google Doc. Let me know when you're back on his Google Doc.
Okay, let me share the screen, okay? Let me share the screen.
Thank you.
This better lead somewhere.
It is. How many pages is this Google Doc, Diesel?
3, and that's being charitable. It's more like 2 with screenshots.
Cameron, Renerade, whatever the fuck your stupid name is, go homeless, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Jesus Christ, you're a fake theater kid who thought Final Fantasy XIV roleplay was a fucking experience, the highlight of your fucking life.
Hold on. Before let me just say, Gamma, when I was saying that you're debating, I meant it like as a compliment. Don't worry, okay? It's okay.
Yeah.
I meant it good. I've only seen you own, is what I'm saying.
All right, ready for it? Diesel, where is the link to your DMs with Cameron in this document?
That's interesting. Oh, I don't think those are here. Actually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cameron, why did you not put in in your Google Doc that you went to Diesel on the eve or somewhat on the horizon of your content cop coming out and you begged him to delete parts of his video?
Yeah, it was literally on the eve of the video.
On the eve of the video releasing.
or the night before, the prior night.
Again, Cameron, you stupid moron. Where is this? Again, I want to say this very clearly. I said this on Twitter. I'm actually proud of Cameron for going to the police. I never doubted that once. I'll be very, very fucking clear.
I knew he would be able to prove that.
Yeah, this kid is slimy as fuck. But second other thing, I don't think he's a pedophile. I said this also. The essay allegations, you can feel however you feel. They are both unreliable narrators. But there is a call where he apologizes for being too rough with her. So hey, listen, you can do with that with what you will. But again, it is 3 pages and not a single one addresses the fact that he ran to you showing off his video in a vain attempt to demand, listen, you could still beg and it's a demand to delete sections of your video implicating you in covering up his past mistakes. That would not also include your video. It would include the live streams where he would come on, specifically the one where he came on high as a fucking kite and claimed that a lot of the audio clips surrounding him, jokingly, but still claimed that it was AI.
Yes, which I will watch that whole call again later, chat.
And I lay the groundwork for the very specific reason. I know Diesel's going to get into it. This is the problem. Cameron is still a Weasley little fuck. He's also a pussy. Do you want to know why he's a fucking pussy? Because he sends his schizophrenic mod after.
Dude, it's going to be really funny when they're unable to resist the urge to report this stream. Okay? And I'm sorry, but if his moderator is reporting the stream, I have to assume that the moderator is doing it on behalf of Cameron. Okay?
Yeah. Because you can't reel in your mod. Grow a fucking pair and reel in your mod if that's the case. If you don't want them speaking on your behalf, reel them in. Pull it in. And again, I said this before. If Cameron and Reneraid want to get on stream and we can all fucking scream at each other like it's blood sports, I'm fucking game for it. Come on stream, stop being a fucking pussy for 13 seconds because I get it. It's hard for you. I know. It sounds like you got some problems down there. But again, just do it. Come on stream. It's literally not that hard. I'm performatively, I scream performatively because I'm an actual theater kid from time to time. But legitimately, this Google Doc addressing 0 of the allegations is fine for your current fan base and the people who hate Hassan and Ethan and Ian. I've openly said this. I consider myself a lapsed former Hassan fan. I've said it openly. I legitimately don't give a fuck about any of them. If they all entered a car and somehow the car exploded like it's fucking Chernobyl, I would give 0 shits. I would not care anymore. My life would go on. But at this point, Cameron, all Cameron's doing is relitigating the Yon Dev stuff, which nobody asked about. It was the TLDW, and then admitting that he slept with Jelly, who was 16. And I understand age of consent discourse, yada yada, blah blah blah. And I know people have argued, well, the age of consent for sexual consent is 18 in the states that they should have resided in, and he traveled over state lines. You could fight that fight. That's not the one I'm arguing about. The issue is
I so don't want to fight the age of consent fight because it's just the pedo Olympics then.
Yes. But here is the thing. Here is the important part. Cameron would have never had access to Jelly if his boss was not a pedophile. That is the actual fact. He didn't meet her in high school. They didn't hang out online in the normal way where they met somewhere. Yandere Dev is a fucking freak, and that's how they met. You can call it trauma bonding. That's perfectly fine. I have no issues with that. But there's no other access to that. And that is the crux of the problem. Because he lies about how he gets access, or how he revokes access, or the access, or she's lying because there's blackmail. The other thing, why don't you have the proof of Jelly blackmailing you? You said you had it, Cameron. Where is it?
I'm still
Why
waiting.
would you not include
My
that?
DMs are open, Cameron, okay? I won't tell anybody. I'll just put out a tweet. I'll be like, Cameron provided it. It's real. He was blackmailed. There we go.
I would, but that's my thing. Why would you not supply that?
I gotta be honest.
My
Even if he even has the blackmail, he still agreed to such a bad deal.
Yeah, yeah.
When
Well,
I grill
again,
him on the call and he starts crying, and he's like, I know. You have no idea how insanely ridiculous it was.
I have to say this, and again, I don't know the blackmail. Diesel has not told me, and Diesel would consider me his best friend in all the world. He's told it to me privately, chat. You don't understand. I'm his bestest friend in the whole wide world.
I never said that. Never said that.
Oh, well, it's hearsay. You have to prove it. But here's the thing. That would exonerate you so much from everybody else. And I don't get what is happening.
I am not pulling that up, Chris.
Department of Homeland. Oh, that is Chris. That's insane. What the fuck? Well, I'm glad. Yeah. I think that's the thing. I'm just asking Cameron to come on. There's no gay ops. I swear to God.
He will never do that with me.
There's no gay ops. You know what? Fuck it. Go to somebody else.
We jumped him.
We did.
No
we
way.
did fucking. He got the gang initiation for real.
He should have known better. I'm not gonna lie, but
it's just very, very interesting, and he needs to talk honestly, and it needs to be someone that doesn't have a
he literally
relation
couldn't
to you.
talk honestly to food shops. So I think it's done, guys.
I mean, you know, listen. He felt something familiar. He went from dev to food shops. He recognized the lolly lovers. It's just, you know.
Oh my God, I don't speak for him.
Listen. No, I'm not claiming. To be fair and to be real, I'm not saying Cameron did that. I'm not saying Cameron enjoyed that. I'm saying that food shops potentially may, and also did on dev. Want to make that very clear.
Oh my
Just
God.
saying out loud.
Dude, you're being owned. Chad is owning you right now.
Chad is. If you lie to get food shops of all people to like you, you're a lost cause. Emerald, I agree with that, man. I agree with that. Oh God. Again, I make the giggles and gaggles. Cameron, this is what we call satire. Again, I don't think you're a pedophile. I'll make this very clear. I don't think you're a predator. I don't think you're a pedophile. Again, I find the essay allegations a little dubious because of the nature that it was dangled over your head whenever you retracted care to jelly. I do think that that's inappropriate. I do think that that's the wrong move. And I think that that's dastardly. But the reality is you begged someone to retract a story based on the absence of evidence, and then you are not addressing that claim. That is bizarre.
Well, Fauci, I got a lot of stuff to get through because I have
Yep,
till
I'm leaving.
11. So get out of here. You have stream
Yeah, I'm leaving.
soon.
I'm leaving. I know. Goodbye, you ugly mug.
Lord. Never sampled a honeypot.
Remember, never sample the honeypot.
All right. So I have all of his tweets that he's ever tweeted, including ones that were deleted. This is not a comprehensive list of all the tweets. This is the most that we could scrape from either Internet Archive or Twitter, right? But we could actually search the tweet text, the tweet URL, and all of that stuff, okay? Along with the archive timestamps and when they are archived, okay? So if I type into words, Control F, Yandere, it is going to tag everything that has Yandere Dev associated with it, okay? So we can check this. So there was and I am rough on the drama, but there was... Cameron inserted himself about 5 years ago. There's a guy called the Game Sleuth who did a video about Yandere Dev when stuff was coming out. I do believe there was some copyright claims or copyright strikes that were happening at the same time. But we can date this back to... where's the dates? Hold on, this is a humongous list, by the way. Oh yeah, the tweeted date should be somewhere around here. Here we go. So he's talking about involving himself with the Game Sleuth and all that regarding Yandere Dev and a false strike. Bijin Mike is an individual who would cover Yandere Simulator quite a bit right up until the allegations dropped. And this is July 25th, 2020. So when it says false, that means the tweet is gone. So this tweet is deleted, but it is archived, okay? So that is him saying that we had a call about the whole thing, even got Yandere Dev in it regarding the Game Sleuth. Watch the Sleuth's latest video. Why would the Sleuth stay in a call for 1 hour if we were mean regarding him and Yandere Dev? So here we have Cameron in 2020 being a liaison between this other YouTuber and Yandere Dev in 2020. It would be much more profitable for him to completely backstab us and to upload a video on it. Me and Sleuth even talked about it. So when it does this, that's actually supposed to be a apostrophe. He's like, why can't people just believe us? Here's the next one. Hey, Scarce, I would like to talk to you about this whole Yandere Dev situation. You have the wrong idea. I was the person that got the two in contact. People aren't believing the Game Sleuth, and it's making him want to quit. Please reach out. So here's Cameron doing it for this YouTuber in 2020. All right. He's quitting because nobody understands what actually happened. He tried to make things right, and nobody thinks it's legit. It sucks because me and Sleuth and Yandere Dev were harassed for it. All we did was let bygones be bygones, but it turned into a big drama. Okay, guys, this is Cameron being a deliberately involved party in a drama regarding Yandere Dev where he's acting as a third party in 2020. Now, I realize that Cameron is 15 when these things are going on, and I totally lend grace for that. The point is that he was doing this until he was a fucking adult, okay? He did this until he couldn't do it anymore with Yandere Dev, all right? This is not some new fucking behavior. He's been doing this since he got on the internet. All right, so let's get to the Dr. Apis stuff. You don't need to know much about Dr. Apis other than they made a Yandere Dev clone game. Or they made a Yandere Simulator clone, and Yandere Dev didn't like that they had a lot of production happen really quick. And so Yandere Dev freaked out about Dr. Apis, and then it came out that Dr. Apis was a pedophile. Okay? This is like a big thing. All right? Before prison mate Luke got like exploded, this was one of his big blow up videos back in the day about Dr. Apis. All right? Let's see. Yes, it was. It was a good idea for me to say this. I had the chance to talk to him, and it wasn't good for me. Me and Dr. Apis settled everything in DMs. I have a video on the situation set to release hopefully tomorrow. You know what Cameron reminds me of? The ACC. The ACC. Does Cameron not act like an ACC Spurg where everything happens in DMs and behind the scenes and in private, right? And then it turns into all these big dramas. Prison mate Luke was a bit of a tard. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. But this, I do recall this being a huge blow-up video for him back in the day. All right, the truth about Dr. Apis, the truth behind Love Letter, Yandere Dev shares. I have a feeling that if I try and pull this link that nothing's going to come back from it, but I'll do it right now. Let's just see if something comes up. Maybe he didn't private it. No fucking way. No fucking way. Chat.
Cameron would listen to you if you were 16 and a girl.
Somebody grab that. Just use Cobalt tools. Holy shit, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny.
Hey guys, I immediately just want to preface this video by mentioning please do not harass or hate on anybody who is mentioned in this video. This includes, but is not limited to, Dr. Apius, Yandere Dev.
Dr. Apius is a pedo.
Myself, and of course...
Oh god, that's definitely a child. Well, you notice how deep his voice is, though? Right? Because when Cameron reached out to me in, like, 2021... or something like that, I thought he was like a fucking grown ass. All right? And then I remember asking, and this motherfucker was like, yeah, I'm an adult.
Everybody else mentioned. This video is meant to talk about the truth. I'm not here to expose anyone. I'm just here to, you know, tie up loose ends in this entire situation. I'd also like to mention immediately that I no longer want to be affiliated with this drama after this video. This has
Interesting.
had some expenses on my mental health, and I'm just not willing to continue with it.
Interesting. Interesting. Welcome back, lyrics. Let's see. The whole situation with Yandere Dev and Game Sleuth is all annoying because it's a conspiracy. I'm literally being harassed for nothing. All right. Let's see. Detailing the abuse, blah, 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 of Love Letter, which is the knockoff Yandere simulator. Evidence thread to substantiate claims. Yes, this was the incident question. Here are 4 of the most relevant screenshots of this matter. Shortly after this, the YouTuber privated the like-dislike ratio on his video regarding Love Letter. So remember, the stuff with Love Letter, I know we're truncating it, but it happened over a decent period of time. Here is Cameron saying, Dr. Apis is a liar manipulator and his management team is not much better. Oh, Cameron, you picked a really bad fight. I'm not gonna lie. You really had the cards stacked against you from day one. I'm not gonna lie. And Dr. Apis is a piece of shit, terrible person, 100%. But why are you speaking and being the defender of Dev in this situation? Nobody asked you to step in. Earlier today, the original creator of Bo-chan spoke out regarding the theft of her character. This caused unending harassment. He's rated my video multiple times and has accused me of starting more drama when I've stayed quiet. He's been doing his best to ruin my reputation just because he knows people will hate me for my association to Yandere Dev, even though I openly disagree with some of the things that Dev has done. Dr. Apis is not a good person. He's lied and manipulated people into hating me. I can't confirm this as my age, but it makes it worse that this is what they think it is, and they do it. Rating the YouTube channel of a 16... You motherfucker. You motherfucker. People were nailing your age, and you were like, I'm not actually 16, but if they think I'm 16, then this is pretty bad. Oh, my God. Man is age fluid? Yeah, oh my God. What really happened between me, Game Sleuth? I'll do it again. Let's see how lucky we get. Let's see if Cameron's watching. I'll throw these all up on Preserve Tube, by the way. Anything I get goes up on Preserve Tube. Oh my God. Oh my God. Someone come get their mans. Someone come get their mans. Hold on. Oh my God. Guys, are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? No, don't come get your man. Don't come get your man. This is another one. This is going good. This is going good. All right. This guy's like, hey man, I'm not that big of a Yandere Dev supporter. I actually took down all my videos where I supported him. Wham wham. Oh my God. I'm doing this on stream, dude. Wow, 255 of you here. Make sure to like that stream, Pog Champs, my little guys. Holy shit. Let's see. We just hit 1.5k subscribers. That's quite insane because 1 year ago we got 1k. Let's see. Here's the difference. He was asked not to use it by the copyright owner, therefore he shouldn't be using the model. Let's see. Thank you for coming out with a statement. You're helping many people be saved from this mess. This guy is, I understand he's a teenager, but he is so intrinsically tied to this pedo drama, bro. Okay? Jesus. To those who keep asking, no, I don't have any current plans to make a follow-up video to my Apis video. Hey, Cameron, are you going to make an Apis video? I think you should make another one. Can we do a retrospective on Love Letter, actually? Can that be your next video? Can you put on the cop outfit and do that for me? And then when you put on the cop outfit, can you talk about how much you love Mana Potion coffee? I'll give you a code. I'll give you a code. You'll get kickback. I'll give you kickback for promoting my USDA organic fair trade coffee. All right? How about some lemonade? Our lavender lemonade is back. Or our teas. You want some of our teas? I took these photos myself. Aren't they beautiful, Cameron? Don't you want to buy some of these teas? You want to buy some of these teas, okay? Don't look at the candles. We don't talk about the candles. They almost killed me, okay? There's also Mana Potion merch, okay? I mean, we got tons of things from the wonderful Weaponized Thickness, okay? He's done some work. You could buy some of his wonderful standees and artwork. Is this Succubus one hot chocolate? It is a chocolate tea. It is a chocolate tea. Let's see. I'm not mentally prepared to indulge in another video like that right now. If it gets to the point where I feel ready, I will. But for right now, I'm not planning to do anything in regards, especially therefore not with Yandere Dev. Okay, whatever. Jeezy lied about that too. No, not at all. I would just rather not have my friend's copyright infringed after she has expressed to me that she wants her character nowhere near that game. Didn't Cameron say he actually liked your coffee? Yes. Yes, I used him to advertise my own coffee in my video on him. Osama bin Laden. I know that's not Osama bin Laden, but that does feel like the context of that. I know that is just a man in a turban. I'm sorry. I'm American. I took after Yandere Dev and made a Trello for my video about him. Is this this might be an image. Let's try. Let's see if this pulls up anything. Oh my god. I got here's the Trello for the truth about Yandere Dev featuring the right opinion. Oh. Oh shit. If it's without drama, I'll be happy. So this might be another image. We'll do that. We'll try that. We'll try that. We'll keep doing this. I'll keep doing this. I'm having fun. This is like, I'm going fishing, motherfucker. I'm out here fishing. That one's been deleted. No, no. It's a tweet. It was a tweet image. It was a tweet image. I'm doing my best to focus on the truth about Yandere Dev. Love letter. Please make part 2 for the truth about Dr. Apis. We keep lying. So you will. Somebody just pinged me. That one is not up anymore. Been throwing them in the thread on cam. Hold on. I would not be surprised if these go down in the middle of us doing this. But I am. There you go. Those are the 2 videos I've grabbed. There you go. What are these videos? They're completely distracted. They're old videos. Cameron's unlisted, but we'll keep going through and looking for them. You know. Let's see. Here's a retweet of Yandere Dev. Let's see. The truth. I love being harassed for telling the truth. Transparency stream going live in a bit. What was this in 2020? Let's see if that's up. Pull that up. Let's keep going fishing, chat. Let's keep going fishing. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh boy, you so fucked up, dude. Hi, Cameron. We're on his iPod Touch, dude. He was a little wee bab.
What's up, chat?
Put them in the place, you boob. Yeah, I don't think there's anything interesting in this one, but you know what? I'll do that too. Let's see. So we'll search at YouTube. We'll do a search of at YouTube. There we go. Oh my god. Hold on, I'm sorry, Chad. I'm sorry. The Trello is now on the way back machine. No. No, Tiller, you're doing work too, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. We're raw dogging this today too, man. We're raw dogging it. My house burned down. Emotional. Oh my god. All right, that's just his. I'm not gonna save his fucking Minecraft Let's Plays. But yeah. New podcast episode. Wait, what? No. Why does that say Boogie? Why is Boogie there? Why? This is not even unlisted. He did an ambush podcast at VidCon. When was this? 5 years ago? Oh my god. Guys. This is the same VidCon where Boogie2988 was telling everybody at the party at Rusty Cage's house that he was going to kill himself. Okay? This is the party where Nerd City had to tell Boogie not to kill himself, and he went up to Jeff Holliday's wife and said, "Your pussy smells like roses." I was at the house when it happened. I was there. I was literally there. Fiverr Jesus was there. Okay? This is literally that VidCon. Boogie was thinking about killing himself when Cameron interviewed him. Oh no. Ooh. Oh no, dude. This is rough. This is lolcow history. This is rough. I don't even want to watch this. This is kind of making me cringe quite a bit. I'm gonna look away from this. This was not on today's stream. Sorry you got doxxed on Twitter, but can I just say your name works so well with the product you sell? You know, honestly, that's okay. Things happen. Did my full is my full legal name now out there because of this stupid drama? That would be so funny. If this is the straw that breaks the camel's back and gets my full legal name out there, then by God, I only saw the first name. Well, don't worry, Hellbent. It was actually I'm Alex who did it first, so it's actually his fault that we're having this problem now, but yeah. Yeah, I know. The first name is oh, his name's Joe, guys. Oh, you're telling me the Hispanic guy has the name Joe? Oof. Next, you're gonna tell me that his name is actually Jose. Joe Mama, Joe Biden, Joe Mama, Joe Pesci. There we go. Get it? Like a cup of Joe. You know how many times I've been told that joke? It is so frequent. Regular Joe over here. Hey, I'm walking here. Hey, you're telling me that his name is Joe and he sells coffee and he's from New York. Hey, Joe, I'm walking here. Hey, I want a bagel with a schmear. What up? I need a chopped cheddar. Joe Jesus, the Latina princess. Thank you. I am I am built like that. Diesel, do you need me to yell at you for racism? Listen, man. That's an accent that we all have. Okay. We all got that here in New York. Joe Bamba. Oh shit. Let's see. We got Cameron, what are you doing? Yeah, Cameron, what are you doing? This one. Let's keep going fishing, chat. We're going fishing. Oh, damn. Is it Jover, chat? Is he catching on? Is he catching on? It's Jover, no. Okay. The worst part is that we have ways. He's adding Team YouTube here. Okay. Transparency stream, truth like Dr. Apis. I'm about to start the largest video ever. Save me, Lord. Oh, hi, Mark. Let's see. What's this? We'll try this. I don't know what this is. This isn't tagged at anything. Remember, these are Twitter like truncated version of links, right? So our chances of pulling successes on these is always going to be pretty low. We've really had a really strong first run, not gonna lie. Oh my god. Why did it link to this? Why did it link to a boogie tweet? Let's see. Censorship, the First Amendment, too much to type. But this shit is so fucking important and extremely dangerous. I'm not cool and neither should you. And that's a Twitter pic. This is at YouTube. About Rewind this year. It's another word I should search up. Truth. I wouldn't consider myself a liberal person, but I'm definitely not an alt-right by any means. I'd say I'm neutral, even though I see everything from both sides. That was in 2020. Dude, this is why you guys should never take politics seriously on the internet, okay? This fucking idiot is pretending to be an adult, and it's like, he's 15, and he's like, I'm not a liberal, but I'm not alt-right. I do not... Listen, I tell you this. Cameron is not a fan of the woke. He's not a fan of woke. He hasn't been a fan of the woke since his youth. All right? Things are bestowed upon me on Cameron against my will, all right? Let's type in the word dev 21 times. Some of these might be not related to that. We'll go back to the top. All right, nothing there. Crazy night last night. I was listening to Devil's Work by Joyner Lucas. I was thinking, I hope we lose nobody else. And then I wake up to this heartbreaking. Damn, Juice WRLD. Rest in peace, Juice WRLD. Cam is in his Fortress arc, sadly. Is he really in his Fortress arc? Yeah, if I look up that pic on Twitter, it's not going to pull up anything. I've stayed quiet long enough. If I look this up, it's not going to bring anything up. 100%. Boom. Oh my god. This is Love Letter Our True. You know how old this is a 5-year-old drama that I'm pulling up logs and shit on. For those who wanted more evidence about the impact of this raid, this current like-dislike ratio, blah, blah, blah. The victim has also claimed and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, all right. All right. How bad is this Fortress Arc? This one looks like it's nuked. Okay, okay. Oh, no! Dude! I don't know who should be more mad about this, man. They're freaking out in Cameron's Discord. They're not happy. By the way, I did not make Emrao do anything. He did that of his own free will. Emrao is just another streamer. Okay? And he hopped into Cameron's server. And then I guess they confused Emrao with Falgi. And so I don't know which of you should be more offended. But needless to say, Emrao, I thought what you did was very funny. Very poggies. Oh. Oh no, dude. The op block guy, a word of power. Yeah, I'd expect Cameron to be a recurring character from now on. This motherfucker needs to log off, but he never will. Damn. Emrah, did you ask the Dogwarts question before being banned? That's the real question. Oh, shit. Dude, Cameron can't keep this shit together at all. You need to close down the server. Oh, shit. This guy is so cooked, dude. Oh. Diesel can't be mad at me. I got a not safe for work VA to voice him in my video. You know what? That's base. That's based. Y'all chill, Cameron says in his server. Hi, Cameron, says Emrao. Have a discussion or don't. Kisses. Don't chastise someone just because he doesn't agree with me. Cameron, do you think Diesel lied in his video? I get our emotions are high, but chill. Gulp. At Emrao, hi Chud Logic viewer. Cameron, literally tonight, Cameron says, we love Chud Logic. I genuinely actually enjoy his content. Bro, you're cooked. Please stop glazing him. Please. He literally... Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. Watch Once in a Blue Moon. Cameron, but seriously though, are you gonna make a follow-up response? No, Lamau. IMO, you don't have to be honest. I think it's genuinely a nothing burger. I think Diesel's a dirty lying rat. So if you have more info on this, I'm all ears, guys. I'm just looking for the truth. Smile. Listen, man. We're like the Five Eyes Alliance here at Little Guys Incorporated. They don't call me boss for nothing, all right? Emphasis on the big in front of that boss. Can we get some Little Guys diamonds in the chat, please? Oh my god. We're literally everywhere. what's the song? Invisible and all the say my name. Something something. Da, 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 da. I won't say Diesel is a liar, but he definitely likes to taunt. Yeah. That's kind of like part of the whole shtick as a streamer. Okay? It's kind of part of the bit. Emrow, I hate FPS Diesel, followed by He's definitely a liar. That guy does not know how to research properly, but anyway. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, you know, I can do research, but I have people that are even better, and that's the scary part. uh. Oh, let me stretch a little bit. I worked some back today. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in those lats, baby. Diesel is very kissable. Thank you. So far, those 2 unlisted videos and then an unlisted stream are still unlisted. Listen, I wasn't expecting to get any videos out of it, not gonna lie. So I'll take what I can get. I didn't forget that autism comment. With love. It was meant with love.
Baba Booey. Diesel will be exposed for being a meanie weenie.
I must say, I do have my moments. He is a definite liar. That guy does not know how to research properly, blah, blah, blah. As a matter of fact, Cam should have just left a fuck off in his doc and leave it at that. Dude, really? A fuck off? Could you imagine? Honestly, you know what? If Cameron's response to the drama was, fuck you, and then that's it, I would have been like, you know what? That guy's kind of based. It's kind of a base response. What do you think he lied about? Says Emrow, asking /Jen. Oh my god. Oh my god. No shot, dude. No shot. Oh my god, dude. Oh, can't get better than this. Oh boy. Dude, what is this website? Sportskeeda is kind of like Dexerto, but like, I'm pretty sure it's run by sweatshop labor. This guy might be topping himself. YouTuber CameronF305 denies resurfaced allegations of sexual assault days after releasing content cop about iDubbbz. YouTuber CameronF305 has responded to the allegations of sexual assault that were originally made in 2024 and have reemerged since he released his content cop video about Ian iDubbbz on May 7th, 2025. Let's see. He posted a Google Docie on his X account addressing the reemerged sexual. This is literally like a 2-paragraph long, like, and denying them completely, clarifying his stance on the matter, and particularly mentioning a video on the situation by YouTuber FPS Diesel. Cameron wrote, "I knew eventually that all the stuff I read earlier." Further, he states he was not involved in any grooming alongside the game developer and former colleague Yandere Dev. Why? There's no way that this is... Is this made by AI? How did this happen? All right, I get Queeman's a big streamer, but this is really fucking funny. And in an alleged voice call between Cameron and the alleged 16-year-old female victim, the two can be heard talking about their sexual encounter. which the latter implies was non-consensual. In a clip of the supposed voice call, the girl asked, "He said that you did nothing wrong?" From a legal standpoint, I was saying no, I was scared, and I didn't want to. Cameron responds by saying, no, just in the sense of us having sex. Oh my god. Oh my god. There's just a yeet tweet in the article. Queeman wrote the article, actually. I didn't know Queeman was built like this, actually. Is that your cousin? Well, he married into the family. You gotta understand, okay? Oh boy, that's outrageously funny. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking great. Emrao says that he was wrongfully banned. The mods are gay. I think Emrao needs justice, honestly. He was asking questions in good faith, and he was being put down by the malicious moderators of CameronF305's Discord. Cameron, just come on. God, man. You can't make that shit up, dude.
Our sign.
You can't make that shit up. Man. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I was going to talk about Renard. I was going to talk about Renard, but we might save them for a separate stream because I have D&D at 11. So we're just going to get onto the call. So that way you guys can see the full call, but the VOD is public and you can go watch it right now if you're curious. But we'll watch it together, chat. This is the listed intended purposes. Please reach out to GoFundMe directly. Due to this unfortunate event, we'll be creating a GoFundMe solely for Renard. You know, if you don't succeed the first time, try again, right? As they are still in need and at risk of homelessness. If I was Renard, I'm probably butchering your name, I'm sorry. If I was Renard, I would want to find Krexa and commit a crime, right? Like I'm on my hands and knees right now begging for money from strangers on the internet. And this I think I get the Discord noted from Cameron. Oh, it's r/Osana. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. This cannot be. This is ridiculous. So he calls me while I'm streaming, chat. You know you're live, right?
Oh, you're live streaming?
Yes.
Yo.
So I told him from the jump that I'm live, dude. I did not maliciously start a live stream with him in a call. Okay? He saw I was live and hopped in. All right? He called me. All right? I gave him ample warning. I told him before he said a single thing that I am live. And there may have been people out there who said that I didn't do that and I gay-opped him into a stream. No.
Fuck. I watched your video. It was good.
And then he glazes me because he's stupid.
I raked you over the coals.
I mean, for good reason. For good reason.
You know, when I saw that you were calling me, I did not expect you to come in and compliment me.
You think I keep it real. It was a good video. You were fair. I mean,
which by the way, we haven't even gotten to that evidence call that he throws in his Google Docky. But again, I'm very certain it's not in his My Response video. And I haven't even gotten to that. And I might not get to it tonight.
There were some things in there that I obviously disagreed with. When
We'll put it at
pertaining to me,
1.5.
But you were also fair on other people in that video, which I can't argue with.
Mm.
And your overall conclusion is something I agreed with, including overall conclusion on me. Well, some of it. I don't know.
You realize what kind of thing you put yourself in the middle of, right? Like, I don't.
Yeah, no. Obviously, I don't. I'm not proud of it. This is not something I'm happy about. I don't like that it happened. I don't like that I was in a bad. I was in that kind of situation. Holy shit! Like, it's something I regret.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've told you this in private. I never.
He agrees with your overall conclusions on him. I wonder what changed.
I was acting out of it. I was not in a good place, and that doesn't really, you know. I should have had a lot more self-control when it came to how I handled it. But
Guys, he should have had a lot more self-control given how he handled it, okay? You know, mighty how times have changed. The dark place. I think a dark place is coming, all right?
I've been working on my own little thing, and looks like you've come into some similar information that I have. So.
Oh, I came to similar information as you. Interesting.
Can't be Well, okay, here's the thing. I know that this is gonna go on forever, right? Which
I think I might actually be the Oracle of Delphi. Okay. All right. How did she predict the future? She smelled like fumes coming up from a crack in the ground. All right. There's a gas leak in my house that led me predict the future. All right. So when I'm saying that in the future, Cameron will call me, I would bet money on that right now that he'll call me in the future.
is why I'm putting out this video and I'm not. Like, I have no idea what the fuck you could possibly have to say that hasn't been said.
Well, first of all, people are accusing me of rape, which never happened, with Anne, which never happened. And I'm kind of like, that's the main thing I just want to nip in the bud. But there was also, like, I've also been accused of, like, stealing music and weird shit like that. And I found a lot of interesting degeneracy from certain people.
Mm-hmm.
So
you want to
address... I'll show you it off stream.
You gotta be.
He wanted to show me his response video, guys. Oh my god.
Fucking psychotic to watch get another call with me. What the fuck is going through your mind? I like really.
See, and I tell him it's not a good idea for you to be in a call with me. I tell him you must be crazy to be doing this right now.
Genuinely.
I don't have any ill will against. Why should I have any ill will against you?
I don't have any ill will against you, he says.
You tell me.
Let's see. Everything you asked me not to do in calls, I did.
I knew you were going to. You think I didn't record all of our calls? Of course I did.
Yep. I knew you recorded all the calls.
We both know that everybody recorded each other's calls.
I did.
And notice how he portrays me as malicious in his Google Docky.
I had a fucking strong feeling you did too.
Of course I did. I said it in the video.
I know.
I like how Cameron is in this VTuber's stream chat at the moment. Oh my god.
It's just like, I know how. Don't think this the wrong way. I know how you think. Because
I am malicious. I am maliciously delicious.
I've been in the commentary game in the past. I get it. I know how it works.
What state is Cameron in? Not telling you.
I'm not slow. I know how it
is
works.
not hard to figure out though, but also not going to be the person who says it. But you could use social deduction to figure it out.
I knew what I was getting myself into. Doesn't mean I'm proud of it. Fuck, I should watch what I say. I want to stream with a bigger audience than normal.
Dude, guys, he's in Kirsch's Discord in Twitch chat.
It's like...
Yeah, he's in denial. He's in the state of delusion.
As far as I'm able to tell, right? The only person... I mean, it's between you for the and stuff, right? Because I really don't give a shit if you steal music. That's whatever.
I mean, I don't, but whatever, right?
Right. But it's like, you
the
slept with Anne, and now here you are having to pull apart people, which is, it's her fault. It's her fault. You're being accused of rape.
I won't. I know it is. I will say in public she never outright said that. In private she did, and she shouldn't have. And I'm pissed about it.
Here's the thing, Cam. She doesn't need to just say it outright, right? Like you can say it in a way without saying it to deny culpability, right? Plausible deniability.
Sure. And I don't understand why she did what she did. I would well, I do from her explanation, but that is.
So we're talking about him being accused of rape by Anne. Okay.
mean it was a valid explanation in my opinion. I'm pissed
$2
about it. I
from
don't know
Cat
why
was
the hell she
taken.
thought that was
Cam plus
the
Picard
drastic measure to take.
fights. It bothers me.
It's a pattern of behavior for her that I didn't realize until much later on. That I definitely should have realized a lot sooner. But yeah.
So you're gonna do this video to address that allegation in particular?
The call people are trying to take that as an admission. There's no fucking admission in there.
Admission that you put yourself on her and that it wasn't consensual?
No, they're trying to say that it's an admission to rape. There's no
Yeah, so people that call that I played in the video, people say that that's Cameron admitting to rape. I don't think so. The point of me bringing that up is them saying that they had sex in the privacy of a call alone, right? So I don't care whether or not it's consensual or not. I'm not litigating that. It's that he told me a year ago he had sex with her. And then a year later, he's like, I didn't have sex with her, right? And actually, I told you a lie that entire time, right? So I'm trying to talk about that. He wants to talk about the rape. I'm not saying Cameron's a rapist. I don't think he's a rapist. And I would not stand 10 toes down on that, okay? But that is what people were arguing Cameron was at the time. And guess what? It's the same thing. Send you an interesting DM. Cameron. Didn't this VTuber have like outrageously bad takes or something for the person? What's their like shtick? I don't know what their fucking shtick is. Hassan Parker. Is he just running to a stream that is gonna make him feel good? Is that what he's doing? Is he just running to a stream where the person's gonna jerk him off? Here, I'll make it bigger. It is Cameron here. There's CameronF305 in the chat. 10:02. I'm not trying to raid this. I'm not trying to raid this person. I just want to make that clear. I don't know anything about them. I just know that I've seen them in beef before, so I don't want to like speak that much about it. But it's someone called Mama Octo, which is like a octopus person. I've seen cover drama before. Who the fuck is that? It's crazy. This guy actually can't get offline. Like unironically unplug. She got in trouble for using... She got in drama for using a black avatar while being white. Octopus clown lady. I like her model. Her model's cute. Hassan Parker is a Papa Gut joke. So he's just running to whoever gives him a defense. This guy is actually soy as hell. She sounds so transphobic. It's gonna be really funny when he pivots to his alt-right arc after this. If I remember right, the VTuber he's in the chat of helped spread the allegations against Tyga, if I'm remembering correctly. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh my god. Interesting. I am not surprised, okay? I'm sure he's going to find lots of success. I saw Tectone was reacting to Cameron. I'm sure Nux Taku is going to be really happy to have him.
Mission in there. I outright say in there that I didn't break.
She specifically shits on non-binaries, Cameron. Oh, interesting. That's a really interesting person to support, Cameron, with your non-binary mods.
They're trying to say that I broke the law. It's an admission that I raped a girl or something. There's no admission in
Okay,
there.
so bro, the real killer is gonna be Diorio if he actually chooses to do something. I'm not expecting Diorio to do something. I think Chud saying something was more than enough. Would I appreciate it? Probably. I'd appreciate it, but like I'm not asking for it. If it happens, it happens. I'm glad Chud covered it today. I think that made me feel very good about what I put together. When I was making the video, Chud was exactly who I had in mind. Chud was exactly the person I was thinking of when I was making the video.
Maybe I'm being charitable here, but the argument is you're 19.
So
she's six-
I'm not, that is not my argument. I am presenting the argument other people have presented, right? That is not my position, right? That is the position of other people, and I am reiterating the position to Cameron so he can address that position to other people. But it is not my personal position.
16. For some
Did you tell Oreo before he streamed his video on his channel? Yes.
people, they say,
She's
that's
17.
just, I know she's 17 now. Wouldn't you have sex with her?
I'm not gonna say whether or not I did.
Oh, really? Are you fucking stupid?
No, Cameron.
You're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot.
Right? And then I bring up the sex stuff, and then he beats around the bush. Yeah, Nick said he was a waste of talent. Yeah, I think that's more than enough. That's more than enough. Nick said he was a waste of talent in his Discord server.
You're a fucking idiot. You said to me, by the way, you watched the video. You said to me in the call that you were traveling to see family for
That was
Thanksgiving.
AI.
It was AI?
That was AI. It
Are you really going to be stupid on stream right now? Because this is not going to be a good look.
was a robot.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. He's doing
Look,
that on purpose.
Sorry. I'm on. I'm working on my video right now, and I'm in a really goofy mood. So this is probably.
Cameron, you're being accused of a felony, okay? And now
But I
here you
didn't
are
commit.
talking to me about this on a stream with like 100 people.
Screenshot the log and DM it to Cam.
I know this was gonna be a stream. I didn't realize you were streaming.
Did you notice how he said I didn't realize you were streaming? That's a direct lie. The first second he got into the call, I told him I was streaming. I said, you realize I'm live, right? And then he says that.
Did you not watch the video?
Chairs rated with 0 viewers.
I did watch the video. I watched the relevant parts for me. I just skimmed through it a little bit.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
I watched the relevant parts.
Cameron, you
What
can
was
sit
he-
here and not talk about, right? For people, what I was going to say earlier, 4 people involved in this, they feel that a 19-year-old and a 16-year-old, which you say she turned
See, 4 people, they feel.
17 in February, which means when you had sex with her, she was 16.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, so now you're just saying her age is just a complete fabrication?
No.
Right? I'm not even arguing my position. I am literally arguing other people's positions.
That's it? No?
No, I'm not saying her age.
He literally said he had to watch what he said because he was on stream in front of a larger audience than normal. Guys, I don't know if I can make I don't know how clear I can make this for the people in the back. This guy is a lying little weasel. That is the entire point of my video. Everything else is preamble for that point. Okay? He is a lying little weasel. I don't care if rape happened. I don't care about that. Okay? He told me they had sex. Okay, fine. So why does he come to me a year later on the eve of his iDubbbz content cop and say, hey, can you take out that part of the video? It was actually a lie. It would be really helpful for me. Okay? He didn't want this to get litigated.
That you hooked up is an alleged, is an
I'm saying
allegation. That's an
the
allegation that
idea
came
that
from
I-
your
The
mouth.
idea that I raped her is an allegation.
Yeah, it is an allegation.
It's a bullshit allegation that is easy to disprove.
Who's the originator of this allegation in particular this time?
Do you want to know the actual originator?
Sure.
Okay, and now he's gonna try and besmirch Allie, okay? So there's a few things that he does to Allie. He says that Allie is in possession of CP. He says that Allie did like a bunch of things, right? But somehow he was able to reach an agreement with Allie where they buried the hatchet.
Allie. She started this in December before it even was brought up. Ever once.
But Diesel, I didn't watch the video. I just went straight to the comments because of my ADHD. I truncated a 3-hour video to 44 minutes. If you can't focus for 44 minutes on a drama, you don't care. I understand you don't like iDubbbz or Hassan or any of those people. That's fine, right? But if you're not going to pay attention to what I'm going to say, you just don't care, okay? And I've seen a lot of people do that with this, where they're like, well, the 1916 age gap is whatever, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. I'm not arguing that specifically for that reason. Let's keep it real. Cameron wanted you to delete it because he knew he was going to get flack for some creators he covered and wanted it to be unfindable. Yeah, Yeah, like again, I pulled it up earlier. I'll pull it up again. I am not surprised 41 videos have gone missing recently on his channel, okay? I am not surprised. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know how Papa Gut came to the conclusion he did. He is entitled to his opinion. He is welcome to talk to me. I don't think Papa Gut is a bad person. I think he is very, very calm, and I appreciate that about him. I just feel that I was not represented correctly. I understand that the video is not perfect. I heard the criticisms from Chud, and that's totally cool. But yeah. Like, I'm open to criticism, and I want to make sure that I'm transparent for people. But I'm not trying to do some, like, Noah Sampson LARP gay op. Papa Get said, when you're being accused of a felony, and he goes, for what? For being 19 and 16? Yeah, yeah, the felony is the rape. That's the accusation that Jelly is presenting. But I'm not gonna litigate his points through a chat. I'm not gonna do that. I don't think he cares that much, and so, you know, it is what it is. He's entitled to his opinion.
She started saying this on her own. I have the DMs to prove it.
Okay, so why would Allie say that about you, right? Let's think about why Allie would say that about you.
Because she's a snake. You know Allie's a snake. You talked about
But yeah, you got to understand who this person is in relation to Yandere Dev, right?
your video.
I know, but I'm trying to give you her perspective. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe she says that she's so tired of these terminally online.
I'm really proud of the video I did on Cameron, right? People could feel however they want, but I think being able to shorten such a large video into still a digestible piece of media, and being able to write that in such a short way and still convey my main points, I'm proud that I was able to do that. You know, you can write a big paper and that's really easy. The ability to write not as much and still produce the same message is really hard.
You know, I'm tired of these terminally online adults looking like making shit up about teenagers. Like, that's hella weird. There's something wrong with her. I don't know. I think obviously she had something against me because she knew I was low-key gay-opping her. But like, that's just because I smelled some dirt in that water. Okay, I didn't trust her, and you didn't either.
I didn't trust a single one of you.
That's fair. I mean, of course, you're not supposed to. In this business, you don't trust anybody. I made the mistake of trusting the wrong guy for a while, and look where that got me.
Regardless, you need to prove a negative of something that was just between two people. One person will never be an honest narrator, so now you gotta what?
Well, I have her in private. I have.
Oh my god. Isn't that funny? Isn't that funny how we're a year later and I'm repeating the same thing? If he literally, I would not have made a video if he did not come to me.
More calls of her in private that she didn't know was being recorded of us talking about the situation.
And you?
I'm glad you're chill with Papa, and I'm liking how you're answering his criticisms without responding to him personally. Shows you take good faith criticism seriously, but not personally. I mean, you know, I think personally, as a writer, it's always, for me, it's always going to be frustrating when somebody doesn't get my point. And I reiterate, so people always last on your closing words, right? The middle parts kind of get muddied, but the beginning and the end is what sticks with people, right? Which is why I repeated my argument twice, because I knew that the age gap discourse was going to happen, right? So, you know, if people take that away, that's fine, but that was not the point of the video, nor was it the thesis of it. It was not the message I wanted to send. And so maybe some of that is personally on my writing needing to be improved. And, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, Comment Cop left a very good comment about how I should have shown more things about Cameron being a sweeper for Yandere Dev. I hope that this stream has provided that extra context for people, and that he does that. I hope those tweets and the videos that I pulled up give examples and credence to that, and those are going to be up on PreserveTube for anybody to get through, and we'll add that to the Google Doc so that way everybody has access to that. All right, because I don't want people to think I'm doing some like gay cringe gay op or anything, right?
But you know, it is what it is. I don't think that my writing's perfect, but I do think I did a good job. So I will sleep well at night. All right, I will sleep well at night. I don't really have a personal gripe with most streamers, even people who are like pariahs of the community. I'm not gonna like rip to pieces at the moment's notice, right? Like I said earlier in stream, Food Shops was lied to by Cameron, so you know it's only fair that I correct the record for them. They're allowed and entitled to their opinions, but you know it's just a shame. Except Jar, yes, except Jar. But yeah. Jar, I feel like Jar would actually stab me with a real knife in the back. And Too Mad. Too Mad was very, very mean to some friends of mine. I can't give details of what Too Mad has done. But I think the world is a better place without him. But yeah, I don't make videos on the main channel that much anymore. I'm not really interested in it. What's another thing? I think I've proven my point with this call, by the way, that I was not trying to jump Cameron with anything. This is up if you guys want to look at it at your own time, right? And you're like desperately clamoring for me owning Cameron more. Why are you jumping Cameron? He's just so jumpable. Be careful at VidCon. Watch out for a white guy who's 6 feet and wearing a Superman shirt. I can't make it to VidCon, actually, which is annoying and frustrating, but whatever. Yeah, so fuck, what was I gonna say? Oh, let's pull up Renard's stuff, because Renard made some really funny comments. These, why are you randomly kissing men on the street? You know, just... I love men. That's gonna get clipped. That's gonna get so clipped. Where was it? Let's talk about Renard. Are you gonna be making it to Anthrocon? No, I think I'm busy that day. All the days. All the days I'm gonna be busy. So, as I mentioned earlier, Renard is the strongest soldier to Cameron. And Renard made a few comments about me, and it's always funny because it's always the same arguments, right? It's never anything different. I find it very telling that when I was on Diesel's stream last night, with the list of points Diesel got wrong, he refused to even read them. Instead, he called me retarded, mentally ill, and he was glad that a certain someone stole $1,000 from me, Crexa. He hopes I'm homeless and that I should kill myself. You know what? I don't care that you broke your elbow. When he knows that I am disabled due to PTSD and on the verge of homelessness. Wait. I am gay, I am disabled, I am new in town. Oh my god, you should spend your time doing something else. He's not interested in engaging in civil, good faith debate. Neither are you. He's not interested in facts. Neither are you. He is interested in doing a hit piece on an up-and-coming YouTuber in an attempt to garner fame and money for his languishing YouTube career that has never actually taken off. Why does everybody make this argument like I care? All right, I have a normal, well-paying, good, fun, creative, engaging, interesting, normal career. All right, and I get to make extra money doing this.
And I make the same amount of money streaming that I did producing and busting my ass for videos. And I do less work now. So, I don't care, and I make more money than you. L plus ratio equals no bread for you.
That career, showing his butt silly on stream.
It's so true. Yeah, but like they always like when you have no argument, they're like, I'm attacking his lack of success or this, that, or the other thing. I'm perfectly comfortable where the FPS Diesel channel is. It is not really a project I'm interested in growing anymore. I'm interested in other things. I've been able to successfully parlay my YouTube career into my professional life, which is based. I get to go look at my plaque, and then people say, "You seem qualified. You're hired." Nobody's qualified. That's actually a lie. Just fucking people just say things on their resume. Right? But it's just like I don't like who the fuck cares about a YouTube career? This business is completely deranged. It's mentally isolating. It's socially exhausting. Okay? People are mentally ill. You have to manage a Discord of people who are just deranged. All right? The beautiful thing about having a real life job is that you get to go outside and you get to interact with a large variety of people from different walks of life that help grow you as a person and introduce you to how idiosyncratic and original every single human being is, and also how fucking annoying some people are. But, you know, it's pretty good. I don't care. Despite desperately covering every viral controversy that has come up in the last 6 to 7 years. Yeah, that's also, like, not true based on a bunch of the things I've covered. I mainly do investigative, researched video essays on the main channel. And I talk about whatever the fuck I want. I like talking about drama. It's fun. All right? It's fun because I get to sit here and say that you're homeless and disabled. Diesel likes being outside because it lets him kiss men more often. That's so true. It's just embarrassing, really. I genuinely tried to talk to him. No, you didn't. To have an earnest discussion with him about the facts that he got wrong. But because I refused to give him content, he wasn't interested. It proves he isn't interested whatsoever in facts. He is interested in being a bully and getting clicks. Wah. I just came from the Doolittle video. I'm really happy that people are watching that one. If he cared about being a journalist, so I don't really call myself a journalist anymore. I think that was kind of cringe. I think I was trying to justify to myself that I am worth something and that I am real and professional. But the reality is that if you make good videos, it speaks for itself. And you don't need any pretentious label associated with it. I think journalist as a term has been so rotted to the core that I just don't even resonate with that as an individual anymore. I did in the past, but I personally find myself to just be a drama slop creator, and I enjoy that, and I feel happy and fulfilled about that. And then I get to spend my excess money on little toy soldiers and play video games on the internet, okay? Lying gets you the job. So glad I'm starting a new real job. Or getting his facts straight, he would have talked to me a year ago, or at least yesterday. Well, I know now that you're like this mentally deranged lunatic. Yeah, I think what made me interested in journalism as a teenager is like two things. Gamergate and how games journalists kind of like didn't perform to a standard I felt they should, and Vice's travel series, right? I always talk about the one where they meet General Butt Naked. And I watched that and I said, I want to do that for a career. Needless to say, that career doesn't exist anymore, but it's what made me passionate about that a long time ago, and that type of content. I just like that type of stuff. I don't watch commentary. I watch geopolitics videos. Fucking, I love stuff like that. I just love stuff like that. Fucking trying to think. I haven't really watched a lot of YouTube the last few days, to be honest. Also, I don't get why Renard refused to call because of bad faith. Bad faith has nothing to do with talking or chatting with someone. Devil makes a good point. Ren didn't even do the call because of bad faith. You can't complain Diesel didn't want to talk when you refuse to talk. Have you seen the one where the Harlem Globetrotters go to North Korea? Yes. Yes. Have you ever thought of covering UFO conspiracies? See, I am really interested in conspiracies, but I haven't found a way to package that content in a way that people are interested in it. Because I do like that stuff. Debunking it. But, you know. Whatever. It'll just be a niche autistic hobby of mine, right? I love the remote projection lady. Oh my god, she's so funny. But calling me mentally ill and retarded and wishing I was homeless and that I should kill myself because checks notes. I won't get it. Checks notes is so Reddit coded. Cover Armored Skeptic. I should. Oh my god. Checks notes. I won't get in a voice call with him because he has proven time and time again to be a bad actor that intentionally lies to catch people in gotcha moments and voice calls. If I ask a good question and you're not able to answer that question in a voice call, it's not a gotcha moment. You're a fucking idiot, okay? And, like, I don't know what to tell you. Am I calling it a gotcha moment? Yeah, sometimes it's a fucking gotcha moment, and I do feel really great about that. But it's your fault that you're not able to answer things that are pertinent to the story. It's not mine, all right? If you're not able to answer a question like when I asked Cameron, did you sleep with her? And he's like, decline to answer. And I say, so is that a yes? And he's like, yes. Is that a gotcha? That is a gotcha moment, but he also willingly gave that up to me. Okay? Embarrassing. His ego is absolutely fragile that he would not even deign to read any challenging viewpoints if they wouldn't produce content for him in any way he could edit into a video to parody me later. Honey, you're not that important. You will get a stream. I'll give you a stream. How about that? Oh my god. Why do you care so much? What does Cameron have over you? What do you mean hella gunpoint, girl? I'm in my 3rd trimester, slug. Does Cameron even know this guy? What, that's white knighting for him. This non-binary individual is partially responsible for the r/Osana post. And it's just, yeah. They will claim harassment if you do a stream on them. It's public. There's my answer. By the way, I like read through their points. It's like absolutely deranged behavior, some of the things that they're doing. They like just willingly deny things that I have evidence for, okay? This is genuinely embarrassing for you. Oh, look, it's one of the mods. Why didn't you answer Emrau's question? He was just there /Gen. This isn't about Cameron. It isn't about Allie. It isn't about Dev or anyone else. It's actually about those people, but in particular Cameron. It never was. It was about Diesel leeching on yet another clickable piece of drama. Yeah, I'm a drama tuber. I actually am a leech. Cam, control your moderators. Stop watching the transphobic fucking Dommy mommy octopus. Okay? Come get your mans right now. Cam mod, can you answer dog warts for me, please? Can you get on call and answer dog warts? We need to know your opinion on dog warts. Oh my god. It was about Diesel leeching off of yet another little clickable piece of drama so he can attempt to make money. This is all his channel has ever been and ever will be. Did you just discover what this entire shot... You realize Cameron was going into this type of... Cameron was going to make the exact same type of content I make. Are you stupid? What do you think the fucking content cop was? It is literally the same thing. Oh my god. Cameron was also trying to be a drama tuber, yes. So why is it different when he does it? Oh my god. Toronto won the hockey game, let's go! You're honestly sad. Can you provide anything to help that whatsoever? That's it? That's your best? That's the best one you got? Come on. It's a dog words. Oh my god. Dude, Emrao is literally crying in my DMs right now. You have no idea. Drama channels are leeches. It comes with a job description. If you're trying to be a hero, you got something wrong with you. Yes. He decided what story he wanted to tell from the jump and discards anything that doesn't align with his story. That's not gonzo journalism, Joe. That's slander. Just dox me. Just dox me, okay? Just dox me. I don't know what to fucking tell you. All right? You're using my first name like it matters. I don't care. Let's see. Anything more? What's on this channel? What's on the mods channel? Let's pull it up. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing there. There's just a twee little individual. I will give Renard $10 to answer the dog words question. Oh shit. You guys don't understand. Cameron gained empathy at 20. Oh, here's a really great Renard tweet. Just got fired from AM Smoke Shop and Tobacco. I am naming my former employer for firing me because I'm transgender. No other reason. I was a good employee. The only mistake I made was coming out to my boss yesterday. I mean, it's possible that they were fired for coming out as trans, but also, I gotta be honest. I really don't feel like you're the pinnacle of mental well-being. So, you know, you spend a lot of time just saying really outrageous stuff online. Also, guys, does this person not remind you of Spencer? Does this not remind you of Spencer? I feel like Spencer, like, was like a golem, rather, right? And then they, like, split off into all these little people that all have all these problems in their brain.
Oh, there was their response to my tweet. That's right. Yeah, Spencer was trying to work at a vape store. I'm sorry, this response is fire.
I am black. I am gay. I am disabled. I am black.
So they like posted this clip of me. All right. This is retarded. I can't believe that I've entertained such a moronic, stupid person. Okay, I am so glad that Krexa took your money. I hope you're fucking homeless. Fuck you. You haven't provided anything. All right, kill yourself. I don't know what to tell you. All right, cope and seethe. Dude, I see nothing but keto behavior there. I don't know. I see nothing but keto behavior. God. Last night, I was, without my permission or consent, a part of FPS Diesel's mockery on a live stream regarding his racist-baseless hit piece on an assortment of people that were involved in a situation that took place that last year. These people always say what happened. Say what happened. Say what happened. Good Lord. I can't believe it, guys. I have become the rapist in the rape situation. It's crazy. You are our time, guys. Yes, they knew I was live. They repeatedly told me to show their DMs on stream. Okay? But that wasn't with consent? Really? He refused to debate with me or even read or look at what I said. And instead, this is what I was met with. It could not be more transparent that Diesel has manipulated this situation to be as sensational as possible in an attempt to garner views for his languishing channel by latching onto Cameron and his... You are literally like the biggest glazer, okay? You got the Cameron like cock like way up there. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what? Why are you inserting yourself like this? This is clearly because of Cameron. You keep saying it's not, but it's... It's transparent that this is his attempt to send hate to Cameron and ruin his career. Dude, I'm calling it right now. Cameron is gonna become an alt-right grifter. He's gonna go do the grifter thing. He is 100% gonna do the grifter thing. Okay, he is 100% going to do that. That is about to happen. I am calling it here. Let it be known. Boom, throwing that into the universe. I've been trying to get in contact with Diesel to correct many of the mistakes he made in the initial video about the year ago. You need to like, hey, I had a call. You don't know him, man. What? Uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know him. All those calls we've had for years. Yeah, I don't know him. Oh, hold on. Here's the thing. Mods for Cameron. Why are you coming here and defending him? He can defend himself. Okay? It makes him look pathetic that his mods are sheepishly coming into my chat and arguing. All right? Like, get Cameron to do it himself. It's bitch made that it's you guys doing it. All right? I can defend myself. All right? I can defend myself. Can Cameron? Says your own community that's harassing our community. I'm not in charge of MRAW at all, by the way. MRAW did that of his own accord. He has a myriad of things that I disagree with him on. All right? He is a shitter. MRAW is most certainly not part of our community. He is a creator, yeah. Yeah, community, and it's just MRAW. Despite what Diesel thinks, he did not do his research. He spoke to two Two victims of grooming slandered them both and refused to even speak with any members of the largest community that had ties and intimate details onto the ongoing case. I'm sorry, but the Redditors involved in this situation seem like disabled morons. Okay? They seem like morons. And that has not changed. Go take your Reddit gold, okay? And go get a job application with it. All right? Diesel has repeatedly approved himself to be a bad faith actor, despite riding the coattails of any viral sensation he can, exploiting anyone he can for views, and abusing anyone he feels like is in his way. And it's frankly disgusting. Yeah, welcome to commentary also. Like, the amount of people that argue in this community, are you kidding me? Does the video have any comments? Yeah. Internet topic under surveillance. Looks like there's trouble in paradise. Don't mind me, just leaving a comment on this hit piece that'll make this man-child mad. Okay, random user on the internet. That's it. Yeah, if you want to be a commentary channel, what the fuck do you expect is gonna happen when you get into beef? Like, brother. Like, I'm sorry, but if this is how you guys react, you guys do not have the stones for commentary. Okay? Or like, sharking drama is literally all this place is known for. How is that any different than the sharking content cop? Yeah. Literally everybody in commentary. Like, ay, ay, ay. Oh, you, did they get timed out? You didn't have to time them out, or the auto mod might have snagged them.
Cam, grapes emoji, Ed Womp Womp get in call or suck it up lel.
You don't know him, man. Like, actually read the statement. Holy shit. Yeah, I did. The difference is that he doesn't hope people were homeless, you spineless fuck. No, the thing is that Cameron gives the veneer of being an emotional empath, okay? All right. I don't know how he can watch commentary and then that's his attitude towards things. To be honest, I genuinely don't care if Renard makes $1 billion tomorrow or dies. I actually don't care either way. I'm saying things on stream to get a rise out of someone. Okay? It's called playing an act. Okay? I'm playing it up. So that way people can go base, and, you know, +2 me and go up dude in the stream chat. Okay, that's it. I don't know you. I'm ambivalent. I'm completely ambivalent. But I do find Renard to be very funny. I do. No, my immersion. You're telling me that Diesel actually doesn't really have that strong of an emotional attachment to a random stranger that he met 5 minutes ago on the internet? Yeah! Cosmic, I would never call you an F-slur. Oh my god. You're honestly sad. This is genuinely embarrassing for you. Oh, yeah, I swear to god, this mod must be a teenager. There's no way. Yeah, Cameron literally mentioned Diesel first and wanted it removed. I'm not a teen. You just give that vibe. You just give that vibe. Grow and change as a person. Genuinely, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a genuine sicko and a psychopath. I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. I'm a certified psychopath, guys. Shout out to man. I'm a certified sicko and a psychopath, bro. That one's really funny. I will say. Could you add some like alliteration to it? Like, you're inching to a really good insult. I want you to call me something mean. I actually do. Make me feel something in my heart. Okay? Make me feel something. God. It's a lie. Diesel doesn't have a heart. That's true. I'm a heartless fiend. I sold my soul to a demon long ago. That's my VTuber lore, okay? His ethnicity is Puerto Rican if you need any slurs. That's honestly a good advice, Rena. Diesel, I know this is none of your mods. None of your mods would do this. But if this was one of your mods, what would your thoughts be as a streamer? I probably would pull them aside off stream, and there would be a really long talk. Okay? And they might be put on a break, or they might be let go, especially if they were crashing out this bad. Unironically, like sometimes people, if you stare too long into the internet, it kind of stares back at you. So sometimes you need to take breaks. My ethnicity is also YouTuber. I'm mixed race. I'm like Logic. Poggers is crying. Give them a moment to respond. I can't tell if that's true or not. I'm not even gonna lie. Nationality, YouTube. They're having a meltdown. Holy shit. That's actually, yeah, if that's actually happening, that is actually kind of sad, but you know. Yeah, I like how they thought we wouldn't have screenshots of the fucking Discord. Oh, yeah. God. Dude, the best part about the stuff with Renard is like, God. Renard has like all these like tweets arguing with this like Final Fantasy 14 non-for-profit. Okay. And they like dox the people by name, and they just go on and on and on and on and on about it. Okay. And it's just like, dog, get a job. Get a job. I don't know what kind of job they give people with severe PTSD disability, but like, I don't know, put on some fucking soundproof earphones and just get to work. It is such a waste of time. Walmart greeter. God. Well, what a series of interesting events. I hope I've been transparent with everything, and I've repeated myself enough for the people in back. You know what? If people feel however they feel and they're gonna ignore my points, whatever. I've been honest. Obviously, I'm not working for fucking Hassan or whatever. I don't give a shit. Fuck them. You know, feel however you fucking want. I don't know. Please grow and change as a person. It's been peak entertainment. Also, please come collect your mods. It's really embarrassing. Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Go see Foul.